What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a little bit of a look at Pulsemon. You see, I actually had a Pulsemon video in the works. I was going to make a video about whether Pulsemon was a little bit too good, because I really like the card, but I am concerned that I was concerned that it was a little bit too hard to get hold of. And this kind of kept getting pushed because other news came out. Other things needed to be talked about. And now we actually need to make a different video to the one that was initially planned, because the wonderful, wonderful news is that this Pulsemon has actually been confirmed to be coming out as a promo with admittedly alternate artwork in a way that will make it much easier to actually get hold of. And frankly, ladies and gentlemen, this is wonderful, brilliant, awesome, fantastic news. You see, Bandai are doing a TCG online festival. It's going to be held on March the 28th, and it is going to be a remote battle event using real card, a webcam tournament. And it's going to be held on their Bandai TCG online lobby, which is basically a place where you go and find people to play with. And it is a 5-hour free battle tournament, about enough time for 10 battles. And you make a deck, and you go and have a little bit of a play. Here's the thing, though. Take a look at the participation prizes. Now, we've got those for anime-focused cards, the one that are coming in the Memorial Pack over here. And now that 1.5 is starting to get out there, it officially releases tomorrow. More and more people are going to get hold of these, and that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I love these Memorial Pack cards. They are very, very cool. We've got a new world. DNA Digivolution Hearts United, we've got Patamon's Confession, and we've got Ties Growing Up. It's kind of cool. The good news is, if we look at the 5th card down there, it's Pulsemon. And it's an alternate art of Pulsemon, don't get me wrong, but it's Pulsemon. And that's what's important here. Because now it's easier to get Pulsemon. We should probably actually take a step back, shouldn't we? So initially, there was one way to get Pulsemon. And the way to get Pulsemon was to go and buy the Digimon Digital Vital Bracelet thing. That was how you got Pulsemon. You would have to go and buy that, and then you would get a promo Pulsemon. Well, I have a slight issue with this, alright? Because if the only way to get a promo is to go ahead and buy a fairly expensive digital bracelet watch thing, that's going to make the promo quite hard to get hold of. Now, if the promo is utter trash garbage, fine. But Pulsemon is not utter trash garbage. Now, what it actually does, and like I say, I'm a big fan of this card. I think it's a really good card. What it actually does, it's a free cost to play, 0 cost to Digivolve, 2000 power level 3, which is fine. It's nothing terribly special. It is what we expect from a level 3 of a decent skill. But when you play it, if you've got 3 or more security cards, you draw 1. If you have 3 or fewer security cards, you gain a memory. Well, drawing 1 when you play makes it Gabumon. And we've all seen from, well, the 1.0 format, playing in Japan, etc., Gabumon's a really good card. Like a really good card. And this is Gabumon with an extra 1000 power. That makes it awesome. It's also in yellow, of course, and we want these kind of cards that draw cards. That's a good thing. And so making basically a yellow Gabumon that was very hard to find would be very awkward. The other part of it is if you've got 3 or fewer security cards, you gain a memory. So that's quite nice as well. It basically makes it a 2 cost to play. The reality is that essentially makes it a 2 cost to play normally. And if we have a look at yellow level 3s that are a 2 cost to play normally, I'm going on to the lovely DigimonCard.dev to have a gander here because they're awesome. We do have a bunch, incidentally. We've got, well, essentially we've got Tsukaimon and Salamon, both of which are 2 cost to play normally, 0 cost to Digivolve, 3000 power Digimon. So this isn't necessarily any better than them. It's actually got 1000 less power, but you've got the opportunity to draw a card while you do so, and that's a very good thing. For anyone that's wondering, yes, If you've got exactly 3 security remaining, you play it to gain a memory, making it essentially a 2 cost, and you draw a card. So if you've got exactly 3 security remaining, it's a 2 cost level 3 that draws a card when you play it, which is clearly a little bit over the top good. And remember that one of the things that yellow does, one of its kind of signature moves, so to speak, is recovery, whereby you get to put extra security cards down, which is clearly a good thing. So you can actually manipulate this a little bit, whereby you've got 2 memory remaining, so you play something that recovers 1, and then you go and play Pulsemon to draw a card and gain a memory. It is a little bit good. I expect yellow decks to be playing this. I expect this to be a good playable card. I expect it to be pretty good in Rookie Rush decks, because it's another way of drawing a card. And in yellow decks, it's a way of drawing a card that might be a 2 cost to play. I expect Pulsemon to be a really good card that sees a bunch of play. So, to go back then, if it's only available in this really awkward thing where you have to buy like a digital watch, clearly that was not going to be a good thing. That was going to be a bad thing. So now they've gone and made it available here, which essentially means a whole bunch of these are going to go and make it onto the market, and this really good, hard to get level 3 is much easier to get. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still a participation prize from an online tournament. It's not perfect, and I don't think anyone is going to pretend that this is a perfect situation, but it is so much easier to actually now get hold of this, and so much nicer. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this is open worldwide. Presumably, you'd need Japanese cards to do so, and I have starter decks from Japan, so I could definitely cobble something together. So I suppose we'll have to wait and see on that one. But the card is available. The card is out there. There are far more of them out there. This is a wonderful, wonderful thing. But then, of course, we get to the question of, well, hang on a second. If it's being given out with this bracelet watch thing in Japan, and it's being given out as a participation prize for an online Japanese tournament, how are we getting Pulsemon? And the answer is, I mean, the first thing to point out, Bandai are looking after us. Everything that Bandai, and I know it's really trendy when you play a card game, any card game, it is really trendy to constantly bash the people running the game and say how they don't know what they're doing and the game's going to die. It's not, incidentally. Like, the biggest issue in the Digimon trading card game at the moment is it's literally too popular and stuff is selling out too quickly and people aren't able to find stock on the shelves. And if you think about it for even 1 minute, suggesting that a game is on the verge of being cancelled because it's literally selling too well and Bandai cannot print the game fast enough, that is a ridiculous statement to make. The game is literally too popular, but it will get better. We know Bandai are printing more stock. So how might we get these? Well, a bunch of Japanese promos were given out before as box toppers in both Booster 1.0 and 1.5. So you buy the box and you get a pack with 1 of 3 pairs in. And it has been confirmed they are the same pairs in 1.5 as they were in 1.0. I should hopefully... It's weird, by the time you watch this video, I should have done my Booster 1.5 opening, but as I record this video, I don't have a booster of 1.5. I'm hoping it will arrive today, and this video will be going up in a couple of days' time. So fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen, fingers crossed. So it could come up as a box topper there, that would work. Remember, the other 4 cards that came around are coming in that memorial pack that I told you about earlier on, which is, it's a weird one, so you get 1 dash pack for every 12 packs you buy, half a box, and then 1 memorial pack for every 16 packs. So the best way to think about it is that buying 2 boxes will get you 3 memorial packs and 4 dash packs. And actually, while we're here, we should mention the dash packs, because we have as good as been told that the dash packs for BT4 are going to feature those free promos. Okay, we have been told, but not everyone believes this is a dash pack from BT4, but it's either a ridiculously early leak of a dash pack for BT5, or they've called something else dash packs in a really confusing manner, none of which makes sense. It's a dash pack for BT4. So that's going to feature those free promos that were given out when you bought a pair of starter decks over in Japan. So maybe it's going to be a memorial pack, a dash pack, a box topper pack, or of course, it could be a participation prize for a tournament either online or in person over here. The truth is, we don't know how Pulsemon is going to be distributed outside of Japan. The only thing we can really say for certain is, when it comes to promos, Bandai have been looking out for us. They have been making a real effort to make sure that we can get these cards. They have been chucking these promos out to us. We are going to get the promos. Don't worry your pretty little heads about it. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about Pulsemon. I want to know if you've been able to get hold of one. I want to know how you think it should be distributed. And I want to know if you think this might be a little bit too good to be a promo, as I am maybe worried it could be. Go nuts! Be nice! In the comment section, obviously. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far, the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching WasiPlays.